Welcome, friends. You've landed at Casseroles and Tacos podcast today, and I am Katie, the Casseroles half of the team.
And I'm Andrea, serving up fish tacos tonight, actually. And we're happy you're here. We're so glad you came back. We're grateful that you returned after us being away last week.
That's right.
Modern technology brought us all together and also drives me batty. How about you, Katie?
Girl, I don't even know what you know. I mean, you are the brains and the mastermind of all this technology. I don't even know. I know how to plug my cords into my computer and into the mic.
Girl, I probably only know about 10% more than you. I'm just on a wing and a prayer with this thing.
I think you're doing a great job, and I appreciate the grace that we get from our listeners and our friends. It's true. Last time we had to bow out, we couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we had, in all honesty, we had pre-recorded because we had things going on in our family, and I couldn't meet with you this week or that particular week. So we pre-recorded, and then, technology, but it's great. It's great.
The black abyss of the internet ate it. Yeah, that's true. When it works, it's great. And most of the time it does. The black abyss of the internet ate my half of the conversation is what happened. So we could have put up a podcast, but it would have just been Katie talking to herself the whole time.
Yeah, and that would have been awkward. I mean, Mr. Patient probably would have enjoyed. Let's think about that. No, I mean, he's probably thinking, hey, yeah, if she could just talk to a mic and then just play it back and listen to herself, that would alleviate. Anyway, okay. Andrea and I, we have not, oh man, what has it been? 2 weeks really since we've communicated very well.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't talked on the phone. We haven't made a podcast. We haven't, because it's just been, I know we have had mounds of activity. So what's been going on, Andrea? We're just going to catch up on this episode. And so what's been going on in your life?
Well,
in your world, on wheels,
in my miniature world on wheels. So we made a move. So first of the month, usually if we're going to move, it's the first of the month because we usually tend to do like a 30-day lease or like, a rental agreement wherever we go. It's just for those of you thinking of RVing, if you're seriously considering it, month-long rentals are much, much cheaper. And so we, on the first of the month, headed up 45 miles up a mountain, which doesn't sound very far, but when you're pulling a massive rig like we do, it's stressful. And so it was about 85 degrees the day we left, and we were all in flip-flops and shorts. We get up here, it's 40 degrees.
Oh my word.
And
wow.
The snow was 5 minutes above us. So we moved in a rainstorm and then proceeded to go up about 5-10 more minutes up the mountain and played in the snow, which was the weirdest thing.
That's
Piper
amazing.
still had her flip-flops on. So that was not the most efficient thing. But so we moved up to the lake for a month, and Wi-Fi is a joke. Actually, it's non-existent. We don't have Wi-Fi. We don't have washer and dryer. And laundering is illegal according to our rental agreement. So we can't even like hand wash and line dry.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's because of the water, the gray water. They don't want you to dump it. Is that the deal?
I think it's because they're kind of an older park and their electricity probably can't handle like how some rigs have a washer and dryer.
Okay.
So sometimes they won't let you use them because their electricity can't handle it. But they're also in a well, so I respect the fact that they don't want excessive water usage. But anyway, so basically what I've been doing is hanging out at the lake, which is amazing, and piling up laundry to the moon. And, just trying to make it work with no Wi-Fi. But here's what I've done in the meantime. So I got a wild hair to write another book because I couldn't do anything but type on my laptop.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Well,
tell us. Or what do you want to tell us? You tell us what you want to do.
Well, I get a lot of questions in my DMs from people asking me to tell them what word I just said. So if I say something in Spanish or if I name a dish, I get a lot of messages like, okay, this is what I heard, and they'll type it out phonetically. Is that right? Or like, what word are you saying? So someone had said to me, my friend Deb, who I think is your friend Deb also.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Hey,
Yeah,
Deb. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
She messaged me and said, I wish you could do like a grocery store tour so I could see these things and put a name to the item and like really see these
Oh,
things. Well, I can't really do that because the grocery stores don't like for you to video in there, right? So
oh, okay.
I wrote an 80-page encyclopedia of Mexican cooking.
Wow. You have been busy. I
Well, a
mean,
lot of
that
it's
is
illustrations.
awesome.
Thanks. A lot of it's
Okay.
illustrations, but the first section is all ingredients with pictures of those ingredients and how I would commonly use them. The next section is techniques or terms I would use in the kitchen, like cooking styles or like words I would use, like maybe frita, for example, which means fried. That's in there. And then the next one is the third section is, I'm trying to remember, kitchen tools, unique tools that I use or tools you might have or, all kitchens probably should have.
Mm-hmm,
And then I
mm-hmm.
broke down
Wow.
all Mexican classics in great detail so that maybe it would take that intimidation factor off. When you saw what's in it and it's just tomatoes and garlic and onion and things that you're used to,
Mm-hmm,
used in
mm-hmm.
a different way, you can say, oh, wait, I can cook that. So it's got that and then some online resources and places you can buy supplies and that kind of thing is in there also. But yeah, it ended up being 80 pages. I just sort of like, I don't know, I
Mm.
went down the rabbit hole of creation because I couldn't really do anything else. And
Mm-hmm,
I created
mm-hmm.
this book that I'm launching tonight, which is kind of amazing. Well, actually, it'll be
That
launched,
is, hey,
tonight.
I'm clapping for you. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And that is brilliant. Okay, I have
Thank you.
three comments about that.
Mm-hmm.
Two of them are plugs. Okay, the first one is that would be an awesome addition to a Spanish curriculum. The homeschoolers out there, or even,
Yeah.
public schoolers, anybody who is learning this Spanish language,
Yes.
that would be an awesome addition to a curriculum.
That's
Wouldn't that be
exactly what
great?
I said. That's exactly what I
Uh,
said. Yeah.
there you go. And
Totally
and
agree.
so there's that. So we need to, in a minute, can you tell, or before we hang up here, can you tell us how to get that? Or
Yeah.
now, can you tell us how to
Yeah.
buy that?
Sure, absolutely. So it will be, as obviously by the time this airs on Tuesday, because today is
Mm-hmm.
Friday, question mark?
Question mark. Yes, that's right. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
sitting
I think
here.
it's
I'll
Friday.
tell you where I'm sitting in a minute, but okay, go ahead.
I think it's Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so today it'll already be on the website by the time this airs on Tuesday, but it's
Mm-hmm.
www.oursupperstories.com. If you go to our store tab, it'll be there. You just order it right there for the next probably until Saturday, so a week from tomorrow, or when this airs, Saturday, a few days from Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be available for $10. The price will go up after that, but it'll be
Okay.
available with the coupon code casseroles and tacos. It will make it $10. So that
Mm-hmm.
will be
Mm-hmm.
super cool. And anyone who hears this on Tuesday will have till Saturday to order it at that price. And I totally agree. It
Good.
would be a great homeschool
Yes.
resource. So fun.
Yes, that will be great. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for telling us how to get
Yeah.
that. And that's going to be a good deal. So y'all need to act on that before the price goes up. But the
Mm-hmm.
two things, because Andrea, I might forget here in a minute. So another thing is this makes me, you said something about having it written out and seeing the words, those of us who don't speak Spanish, obviously like Deb tried to spell it out phonetically and,
Mm-hmm.
um, Heritage Ways, my family has YouTube, and just was it yesterday or 2 days ago, a video went live about my cousin Renee and her husband Flavio and I were spending little music man's birthday. That's our youngest son, his birthday with them, and she made this dish. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you texted me about the dish and you wrote it out.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought, oh wait, I've seen that on a Mexican menu. So I'm just saying that it does help to have that written out because a lot of times we will recognize that we non-Spanish speaking people will recognize something real honestly from a restaurant menu if
Mm-hmm.
it's written out. So anyway, I think that's a great idea is what I'm saying. That is great to write that out. And, so that video is on there. She's cooking that for us, which has nothing to do with your cookbook. But also, talking about Renee, our podcast from 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
the Building Bridges. And you know what? This also is a great tool that you are putting out to help, again, those of us non-Spanish speaking, it's another tool to help us build bridges.
Mm-hmm.
So all those thoughts about your cookbook. So congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you.
I appreciate that.
That's
and I love
awesome.
that video of you and Renee, by the way. That was a really cute video. I got a real kick out of that.
That was like, here, Brent, hold the phone and tape this.
It was
cute. It was funny. I love her. I've enjoyed having them up here for the month. So yeah, that's been going on here too, as far as having them visit. So you're in the mountains or in a mountainous area and putting out a book. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Well,
you're just relaxing, aren't you? I mean, that's great that by the lake, and you told me about the eagle the other day. I mean, that's just tell us.
That was so cool. I was at the lake with my cousin, and we went and got some breakfast. It was her birthday a couple days before, so she came up and we got burgers, and then went to get some coffee, and we went and sat at the lake and drank our coffee and chit-chatted about life. And as we're sitting there, a bald eagle picks a fish out of the water and flies off with it. And I couldn't believe I've never seen a bald eagle in my life. And that's
amazing. I mean, it honestly is, it's just somebody, it might not sound like a big deal, but we have got to, we as humans, we as those of us who profess to follow Jesus, I really am convicted that we have got to take time to find the joy in the little things. Because in the little things, like Renee told us in the podcast, the little things are the big things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's awesome. And I'm glad you shared it with me the other day on text and then tonight. So
it was super cool. It's been amazing. And we're enjoying the experience, and it does make living in a tiny RV a lot more worth it when you're seeing beautiful things. And I can't wait to see what you guys are going to experience. I'm so excited for your future journey. But I also want to hear about what's been going on in your life, because you've had some huge milestones.
Oh, goodness. Well, okay. Since I've talked to you on a podcast, we have since shared with the world that we got our truck for the Heritage Homestead journey. And if you're just joining us, our family we have 6 children, but our 3 youngest children and my husband and I are going to hit the road and live in an RV for, we don't know how long, a year or 2, and just really go about the country and see the country and find ways to serve people and just meet people. And so anyway, that's in a nutshell what we're going to do. So we bought the truck, and that's an entire, we prayed about it, and the Lord sent a truck. I won't tell the whole story. Again, the whole story is on a video on our YouTube channel. So I won't tell the whole story here, but we are so blessed and thankful. And so that happened. And then our son, the big thing is our second son got married. And let's see, I think this is Friday after all. I think you're right. So he got married this past Sunday. And, I'm mentioning YouTube a lot here, but we vlogged pretty much every day. I've still got to put out the wedding day video itself, but, we've shared that and invited people into our lives that wedding week. So we had all sorts of activities. I tell you, let's see. I mean, it was just, the whole week was just, it was wonderful, but it was tiring, and not just because of the wedding activities, but just things happening. I'll tell you one example. I do mention this in one of the videos, but so my Aunt Linda and Uncle Bill were coming to help, right? Because I was going to cook for the rehearsal dinner, or did cook for the rehearsal dinner. And I called upon my Aunt Linda in Ohio. I'm in Tennessee. And I said, I need help. So she said, honey, I'll get there if I could. And they were having some car issues and so forth. Well, thank the Lord they got here on a Wednesday. The rehearsal dinner was on Friday. So I told the little boys, I said, okay, y'all, this room is a wreck and we've got to clean it up. Well, part of it was just clothes everywhere, which, by the way, I'm looking forward to the RV life for this reason, because, you're going to have like 4.6 pieces of clothing. I mean, you're not going to have 49 shirts,
right?
So I said, okay, let's do this systematically. So We got bags of junk, trash, just stuff that we threw away. And then I said, and my daughter Anna, she was in there helping, and I said, okay, let's pull out Jeremiah's clothes. So that's my youngest son, Little Music Man, we call him on YouTube. So let's pull out his clothes. And I said, I need you to help him decide what doesn't fit, if it's too little, if it's winter, let's just get rid of things that don't fit him. I trusted them to take care of this. We had Goodwill bags, and I said, okay, kids, now all that's, I wasn't, I was helping John and all this. I said, take the Goodwill bags to the car. So that night I had to go to town to get something I don't know what I had to get. And I just went ahead and dropped the Goodwill bags off. Well, the next morning was Thursday morning. And I said, Jeremiah, put some clothes on. I don't have any clothes. And I said, excuse me. Anyway, he had put all of his shorts and his pants, all of his bottoms, shorts, pants, everything in the Goodwill bag. Oh. And I was like, it was, Aunt Linda was laughing. She enjoyed this, but I'm thinking, this is not humorous. So we have a little thing about that on the vlog from last week. And looking back, it's hilarious. So, okay, Andrea. So wedding's over, all that. So this is Friday. Today's Friday. So we had planned to go on this little trip. We're headed to East Tennessee, like in the morning. And tonight we are staying. We've driven about 2 hours eastward, and we're in a hotel room right now. We get all of our luggage out of Brent's truck. Jeremiah, where's your suitcase?
Oh, no.
And he laughs. I said, no, this is not happening again. Where are your clothes? He laughed. Well, I don't know.
Oh,
no. It's true. The boy forgot his suitcase. He forgot his suitcase. So I called Owen to make sure we weren't crazy. I said, Owen, who is at home, I said, can you check and see if his suitcase is there? And he said, just a minute, Mom. So he came back. He said, yep, it's sitting on his bed. So once again, oh my goodness. So we had to go buy some clothes last week, so the boy could have some shorts and some pants. So here we go. In the morning, we're going to take off to wherever and try to find him some clothes. So that's, oh my goodness. I texted my Aunt Linda all this, and she was just laughing and laughing. And I said, okay, well, I'll laugh one day. But in the meantime, So, all right. So that was, yeah.
Well, that's one way to downsize.
Didn't have, yes. Just give your clothes to Goodwill or just forget them. Oh, my word. It doesn't bother him. I mean, he's just... I said, you're going to have to wear those clothes to bed. You're going to have to wear them tomorrow. Okay. And, his stuffed animals were in there and everything. So, aww. But yeah, so we are in a hotel room tonight. And this is the most laid back podcast I will ever record because I'm in the bathroom at the hotel. I've got the couch pillows everywhere. I've got everybody's luggage in here to try to absorb the sound. And I've got the pillows in the bathtub, with the dry bathtub. And it's rather relaxing. It's a recliner like I've never had before. What? So you got to do what you got to do. So
I know you said you'd never been that comfortable in a bathtub before. And
I have not been this comfortable in a bathtub with this computer sitting in my lap and, microphone. And so this is a unique experience for me in a bathtub. But yeah, so the wedding went well. It was beautiful. It did rain. The wedding was outside. The rehearsal dinner was outside. At a beautiful home of some friends of ours. And, I don't know. It all came together and we just tried not to fret about having to have it in the rain. We had a tent that the bride's parents had rented and they did a great job with, everything was beautiful. So, and they're married, Morgan and Lyndon are married and and they have taken off on their own little journey. For a long honeymoon, which I'm happy for them. So
That's so
So
exciting.
yeah, that's what's been happening with us. So we had the wedding, and so now we've got to buckle down. Brent said, "Okay, Katie, it is time to seriously pack so that we can get ready to sell the house."
Right.
So so yeah, that's what's going on with us, and I'm just like I said, we are headed to East Tennessee, up the corner, upper corner. When people say East Tennessee, a lot of times they mean Gatlinburg, and that's
Okay.
not. We don't, you know. So upper East Tennessee,
Oh, nice.
and then very western North Carolina, and we just like the Appalachian area. We just like to visit. We're just going to drive around there tomorrow, and so yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just traveling.
That's
So are you
awesome.
guys gonna are you gonna be I know sometimes when you park or some,
Yeah.
on the weekends, like you'll go to a different place to explore. I mean, are you gonna be doing any of that, or have you?
No, probably not, because where we are is up in it's like well, we're still in Fresno County, but it's like we're getting about as close as we can go up where there's anything civilized. So
Okay.
up above us there's another lake, and then there's one more spot up above that I have no desire to go to. The elevation's really
Okay.
hard on me, and we're at almost
Hmm.
7,000 feet where we are, which is like pushing it for me. But there's so much to do. Well, there's really, I should let me rephrase it, there's not like so much to do here. It's actually kind of a sleepy little place. It only has like 1,700 people that live here, but
Okay.
the lake brings us so much joy that we pretty much have
Hmm.
just been spending our time there on the weekend. So Art actually went there today with the kids, and well, two of the kids. Trin stayed back with me, but Gavin and Piper went, and they took
Hmm.
Piper's new fishing pole, which she got early as a birthday present. Her birthday's next week, but she got it early today so she could go fishing.
Oh, good for her.
And Gavin bought himself a new pole. Mr. Hardworking young man bought himself a pole, bought himself his own
Mm.
fishing license, and they took off to the lake today. And Piper caught a trout, and Gavin caught a bass, and they had a great time doing that. And I had to stay home and finish writing this book. But we're going to go tomorrow. My dad's coming up with his boat, and
Okay.
we're going to
Oh,
go out on the water tomorrow and do some more fishing, and hopefully have fish fry number 2. Like I said in the beginning of our intro, I made fish tacos tonight. I actually made, since I am the taco side of this team, I made what's
right.
called mojarra frita, which is fried tilapia.
I was okay. I was going to ask you about that. Is that what you posted on Instagram?
Yeah, and I'll post it on the Casserole
Okay.
Tacos page next
Good.
week,
If
so
you can
people
tell
can
us
see what I'm
about
talking
it.
about. Yeah,
Great.
so mojarra frita is fried tilapia, and it's the whole fish. It's cleaned, but it's the head, the tail, the eyes. It's everything still intact. I don't eat the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the aesthetic of it when it's done, so I just leave it the way it is.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just very, very lightly dusted with flour. It's seasoned extremely simply with just salt and pepper. But what you do is when you're heating the oil, you bring you add lemon or lime rinds and garlic cloves to the oil, so it actually infuses the oil as you're frying the fish,
Ooh.
and then you fry it on both sides until it's super crispy. You don't have to skin it or anything. The skin just gets really nice and crispy, kind of like chicken skin. And you just serve it with tortillas and rice, and usually it comes like with beans and
Hmm.
rice and a salad and lemon or lime wedges and some corn tortillas. I didn't have any beans made, and I didn't bother with it because I had 10 people to feed and
Mm-hmm.
I was moving quick. But um,
Mm-hmm.
we had those tonight, but I'm kind of hoping tomorrow we have some other kinds of fish, because I'd like to pull them out of the lake and cook those.
Okay. Well, it sounds delicious, and the picture it looked delicious too. Now, how many people will one fish feed?
Everyone gets one fish. I had a lot of little ones here today, so
Oh, okay. So you had to have that many fish.
yeah. So the littles,
Is it? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well, I only made 5, I think, because I had my friend. It's Art's best friend and his wife, who's one of my best friends. It's just really cool that we all
Mm-hmm.
he's my husband's actually been best friends with his friend since they were like 5 years old. So they're going on almost
Oh,
40 years of
wow.
friendship, which is amazing. So
Cool.
anyway, so
Yes.
to like, because sometimes it doesn't work out where everybody gets along, but his
Oh,
wife and I
oh,
are
I
really
know.
close. Yeah, his wife and I are really
Yes.
close, and their kids are younger than ours, so our kids have a neat opportunity to be helpful for them. Anyway, they're
Mm-hmm.
little,
Mm-hmm.
so they were kind of sharing fish, and 2 of mine won't eat the fish, and so I only had to make like 5 of them by the time we split it up. But normally, like if you were to go to a
Okay.
Mexican deli and order it, you get a whole fish. Each plate has one fish.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tilapia. That's not a large fish then, is it?
No, it's not very big. And
It's
my mom
okay.
made sure to point out to me, that's the worst fish you can eat, right? Yeah, I know. There's a lot of
Wow.
people that won't eat tilapia, and I know that. But when you're feeding a crowd and it's
Oh,
$1.99 a pound, sometimes you just buy the tilapia, right?
okay. Well, I mean, down here, I guess y'all have catfish too, but I mean, their catfish they say is probably. I mean, it's very, very popular down here, but it's a bottom feeder,
Right.
and so that's why they say it's not healthy to eat. But why does your mom say it's not a good fish to eat?
Tilapia are like they're almost factory farmed at this point. It's like they're not really
Oh,
factory
okay.
farmed, but it's like they're not like wild caught. They're fed random stuff. They're kind of scavengers too. Um
Okay.
And, but here's the thing about tilapia. We hardly ever fry fish because I have two that won't eat it, so I don't bother with it. But
Mm-hmm.
Piper really wanted mojarra really bad, and I wasn't. We're coming up on her birthday week, and again, it was on sale, which I love. I love a good sale.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah.
yeah, and to feed 10 people to pay $8.99 for the meat, I mean, that's awesome. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, so it's something we don't eat very often, but it's so mild that even my kids who normally don't like other fishes like fishes that other fish don't
Mm-hmm.
like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That they do
Yeah.
like tilapia, even though they don't like other fish. So it works out. We don't eat it too often. It's kind
Okay.
of like bacon. We all love bacon, but we don't eat it all the time, you know?
I could.
Me too.
Okay. Well, I tell you, on the that sounds really good, but I'm intrigued by adding cloves to the oil and the lemon and lime. That sounds really good. So you put that in the oil and let it kind of warm up before you add the
Yeah,
fish.
cloves of garlic. So it's
Oh, cloves
yeah,
of
yeah.
garlic. I
Although
misunderstood.
there
I'm
there
sorry.
is a lot of clove in Mexican food though, by the way. But yeah, cloves of garlic, and
Okay.
you just bring it up to temp with the oil. I ended up fishing out the garlic
Okay.
so it didn't get bitter, but it did add that
Fishing
hint.
out, har har.
Ha ha! I didn't even
Yeah.
catch that. Good job.
Well, it is 11:30 here in my bathtub, so I'm gonna get giddy here in a minute. No, I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
You fished out what? What did you say? The garlic.
The
Okay.
garlic. Yeah, I didn't want it
Yeah.
to burn and get bitter.
Okay. All right. I misunderstood. I heard cloves a while ago. I didn't hear the of garlic.
No,
So
that's okay. It's very possible I
hey,
didn't say it.
yeah. Well, who knows? It's okay. I want to share with our friends here that which has nothing to do with fish, but I made for the rehearsal dinner a sweet baked chicken, and I want to post the recipe on our casseroles and tacos Instagram page,
Perfect.
and then so I'll do that. But it's very easy. It's not too expensive to feed a lot of people. What I did is had really large chicken breasts. Now I wanted to be able to afford the good organic, grass fed, the good
Right.
stuff. But, that didn't happen. I was feeding only 36, which I mean, it's not a lot to me, but I say only because it was going to be 50 something and then people couldn't come and it was 36.
Right.
So I'm going to share the recipe because it's simple, but it was good. And I got it from one of our elders' wives at church. She had brought it to me, and I've used it several times. I've used it for Christmas dinner with Brent's family. So I'm going to share that recipe too. And then if you can, if we want to add it to our
Yeah.
description, I guess.
Yeah, we could do that.
You take care of all that, so I don't know how.
Yeah,
Yeah.
send it to me.
So anyway, I'll throw that. Yeah, I'll throw that out to them, and it's super easy. And then my Aunt Linda, talking about food, my Aunt Linda made the most. She claimed they were the best rolls in the world, and Uncle Bill, her husband, claimed the same thing. Oh my word, she's right.
Oh, yum.
And I mean, homemade rolls, that's not something you or an RV dweller would make because it's homemade, or maybe you would, I don't know, but it takes the time and the space and the ingredients and the mixer and all that. But she was kind and gracious enough to make 4 recipes, so 96 rolls she made.
Wow.
And they were amazing. So I've got access to that recipe, and I don't so I've got that if anybody's interested. But so food, Aunt Linda put her love in those rolls she was making for my son and his rehearsal dinner. Mm-hmm. And you put that love in that tilapia, and for Piper's birthday. And we can it can be simple.
Yeah.
But if it's full of love and hey, it's the best ingredient, right?
Isn't that the truth? It totally is. And
it is.
Oh, I definitely want to see this roll recipe. I used to make dinner rolls at least once a week, and it would be a pointless venture at this point with a tiny oven, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it would be. But this the chicken recipe that I will definitely share. You can do that. It's simple. It's easy for a new cook. Yeah. I love to throw out recipes that are good for new cooks. And I'll be sharing that pretty soon on Instagram, where folks can follow us on Instagram, Casseroles and Tacos, and also on YouTube. And you can listen to the podcast on YouTube.
That's right.
So that's great. Well, it's been fun to catch up with you.
You too. It's been a bit.
It has been a bit. I guess, let's see, did we cover everything that's been going on in our lives? I guess we have.
I think so. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to things balancing out just a little bit. And I know they're not going to balance out entirely. We both have a lot to do still, but big hurdles have been jumped.
Yeah.
And now
they have. And I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, now we just get to march through the regular chaos.
Yes, we do. We do. And you and I have got some plans, we've been talking about podcast ideas. Yes. So stay tuned. We're just, we're working on some things that we hope will be kind of motivational and helpful, especially to ladies and men who have ladies in their lives.
Exactly.
So
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And we'll have some questions for you guys.
Great.
So keep an eye on our Instagram. Keep an eye on our mostly our Instagram. I was going to throw out our other things that we have, but really that's where we do most of our community type stuff. So we hope that if you're not following us on Instagram, you'll join us over there, because that's where all the good chit chat's happening. And we'll have some questions for you guys. We have a segment. I guess it looks like it may end up being like a 3-part segment, huh, Katie? But we're going to need your guys' help. We have some questions for you guys and things we'd like to bounce off of you also. So follow us over on Instagram. Give us a follow on YouTube if you feel like it. And be sure to, stay tuned into what we're doing and what we've got going on, because we love sharing this journey with you guys too. We love sharing that best ingredient. That love is the best ingredient. We love enjoying that and sharing that with you guys. So we just want to thank you for bearing with us last week and sticking with us this week and joining our chit chat and our catch up session today. And we'll look forward to future conversations and more recipe sharing, right? That's the good stuff too.
That's right.
All right. So
that's right.
In the meantime, we'll catch you guys soon. We'll be praying for you. We're grateful for you. And we just hope that you will always remember that love is the best ingredient. You guys have a good one.
Bye-bye.